Hanayama has abruptly interrupted Pickle and Jack Hanma's fight, and tensions are rising even more. But before I start today's video, let me know in the comment section below, what is your opinion on Hanayama interrupting Jack and Pickle's street fight? And if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. And in the last chapter of Baki Rahen, Pickle and Jack Hanma were just about to fight, with Jack Hanma even landing a punch on Pickle, and Pickle had taken a bite out of Jack Hanma's left shoulder. And then Hanayama came out of nowhere and interrupted their fight, and that leads us to chapter 25 of Baki Rahen, named Oath, with no manga cover this week. And Hanayama then said, now, gentlemen, with Mr. Tokugawa, Pickle, and Jack Hanma all being surprised that Hanayama had the nerve to step between Jack and Pickle's fight. How's about we call it a day here, eh? And these three all had different expressions in this moment. Mr. Tokugawa appeared to be scared for what could be about to happen. Pickle was still surprised that Hanayama just popped up out of nowhere, and Jack Hanma seemed slightly angry. But that is also pretty much just Jack's preset emotion. Could you please take this someplace more open? Mr. Tokugawa then said, whoa, compared to Jack and Pickle, the giant Karu Hanayama is now the shortest of the bunch. Hanayama then said, this place here is somewhere for respectable citizens to dawdle about and enjoy themselves. And this place is my turf. And I just cannot ignore a fight here. And this left Pickle as well as Jack surprised yet again. And this is all new information for Jack. And although from a distant era, Pickle was the same type, a Homo sapien, and some things can simply be understood without knowing the exact words. But even still, though Pickle could somewhat understand what Hanayama was saying, the concept of turf is still far beyond the Cretaceous man known as Pickle. And Pickle then opened his mouth and ran at Hanayama, doing the same thing that him and Hanayama had done the last time that they had seen each other, a power test. And Pickle was actually smiling while hugging Hanayama, and it appears Pickle was glad to see Hanayama again, with Pickle then putting his hand on Hanayama's shoulder like he was an old friend of his. It's coming back to you, isn't it? You were a strong one back then, weren't you, pal? This man Pickle appeared to be extremely happy, with the biggest smile I think I've ever seen from him. And the crowd around them that are still watching then said, huh? He is smiling? Are they friends or something? Hanayama then began facing Jack Hanma. Hey big fella, you get me, right? There was then a giant pause, and in this moment of silence, Jack Hanma was thinking, who is this? And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure that this is the first time ever that Jack Hanma and Hanayama have met, and it is pretty odd that Jack Hanma has never heard of Hanayama. He is 2 heads smaller than me. Basically, I'm overwhelmingly. But before Jack could finish this thought about Hanayama, Hanayama had patted Jack's left shoulder, and this seems to have woken Jack up. He is not the least bit afraid of me. I have never met someone like this before. Just who the hell is this guy? Hanayama then began to kneel down to Mr. Tokugawa so that they could be on the same head level. The Korakuen. They should do it at your place, right Tokugawa? Do you want to watch Hanayama? Stopping a fight midway carries a price, and I cannot just leave that unpaid. And Hanayama then began to walk away, scaring the crowd in the process as Hanayama does this. Pickle and Mr. Tokugawa both seemed happy with the results of this encounter, but Jack on the other hand did not look like he was pleased. Mr. Tokugawa, that guy, just who was he? A real pro. His specialty is street fighting, and Jack Hanma seemed confused about this. Street fighting. In a sense, Jack, you could say that he is the exact opposite of you. The exact opposite? Putting that aside though, You two are head over heels, aren't you? Pickle and Jack Hanma were then shown side by side, comparing them yet again. I swear to you, you two will absolutely cross fangs. And that is all for today's chapter. Baki Rahen will be going on yet another break next week. Are you surprised? But hey, on the bright side, Mr. Tokugawa had hinted at this fight continuing on eventually, hopefully soon. And Jack Hanma vs Pickle Part 2 will, as Hanayama stated in today's chapter, take place in Mr. Tokugawa's arena. But it seems Pickle is not Jack Hanma's only opponent. Jack Hanma seems to have taken somewhat of an interest to Hanayama in this chapter. And that will be for sure a pretty solid fight, as it is exactly as Mr. Tokugawa had stated. Hanayama and Jack Hanma are polar opposites. Hanayama has a sloppy and Street Fighter-esque fighting style, while on the other hand, Jack Hanma has an extremely disciplined and perfected fighting style, with Hanayama being notorious for never training. And also, the biggest factor in my opinion, Hanayama has extremely strong durability, while Jack Hanma has an extremely strong bite force and just a total offensive force. Odds are that Jack Hanma would most likely not be able to bite through Hanayama's bones, which makes this matchup that much more close. But with the arena being shown in the final page of the chapter, this may not be all bad. There is a chance that this fight is just continued on for the next couple of chapters in Baki Rahen. And also, it seems that there was just a little writing error in the last chapter, since it had appeared that Hanayama was as tall as Pickle, but it was just drawn incorrectly, and Hanayama is a mob boss, so doing what he did in this chapter did actually make sense for his character. And the dynamic between Jack Hanma and Hanayama is an interesting one for sure. However, the thing that surprised me the most from this chapter was that Pickle was so happy to see Hanayama. And I'm assuming since he was also happy to see Jack Hanma, this man was actually just lonely in the sewers alone. This man Pickle is wholesome. Other than the news reporter incident, I don't even want to talk about that. But that's just what I think. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of today's chapter? And if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support me, then you can leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And once again, if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching until the end of today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!